Kayona, the ancient city below Antarctica. The Earth did not always have the current position on the continent and its known axis at 23.5 degrees relative to the ecliptic. As is well known, there have been many changes in geological history, some of them so violent that they've turned the old tropics into ice sheets. An example is a well-known fact that the Sahara Desert was a sea and that there was no ice at the South Poles. There has been a dramatic change in climate around the world that was probably not slow, as science says, but was relatively rapid, perhaps sudden, as the result of the so-called flood. Fossilized palm tree remains, trees with intact fruit have been found in Canada, while completely frozen forests have been found under the solid ice of the South Pole. They're examples of a serious and possibly sudden change in the terrestrial history of climate and geology. The change would have been caused by the influence of one or more celestial bodies on our planet, as happened in the Secondary Age. The latest news of cosmic shocks of Earth dates back to about 12 to 13,000 years ago. We're talking about the Clovis Comet and the Younger Dryas, when two fragments of a planet missed being the orbit between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, quote, where the current asteroid belt is located, end quote, and which researchers assume and call Phaethon, fell on our planet, creating a global flood, which could explain the famous destruction of Atlantis in one day, as Plato confirmed in his writings of Dialogues. Some other theories also speak of an extreme climate change due to large changes in the sun and due to radiation from the galactic center that occurs cyclically. So whatever happened, this major climate change marked the end of the Mammoth era, from the sudden freezing of Siberia and western Alaska to the northern hemisphere, as well as Antarctica, the issue now facing the south hemisphere. For example, the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, 490 to 425 BC, refers to conversations he had with Egyptian priests during his visit to the Nile country in his second book of his history. The priest informed him of 341 generations of kings and told him that, quote, at that time, end quote, the sun had changed its position 4 times. Twice the sun crossed an unusual path in the sky and twice stayed there, the priest told him. In previous centuries, this writing of Herodotus was the subject of much controversy. If a rotation and an unchanging orbit of the Earth are constant as we know them, then some ancient writings cannot be interpreted. But did the Earth experience a natural change of axis at unknown times? Egyptian texts repeatedly and strongly confirmed that, quote, the south is turning north and the Earth is leaning forward, end quote, or that the stars no longer lived in the west but appeared in the east. The Egyptians also knew many names for the eastern sun and the western sun. I insist there are descriptions, just indications of a strong rotational motion like a rotating peak, or do they even describe the multiple inclinations that the Earth has undergone? Question mark. It's said that beneath the ice of Antarctica lies a lost city called Kayona or Kaoma, suddenly frozen by these violent planetary changes as we just described. And as far as we know, it was the most advanced civilization on Earth, much larger than the Sumerians, Egyptians, Mayans, and Incas. Although there are no important references to this secret city, we know it thanks to the messages of the masters of the underworld, who tell us that it's connected with the mystery of the city of Caesars and the possible presence of the chalice. This supreme riddle was enough to motivate some to send ambitious missions in search of these secrets, and one of them being Germany. And now, there are many secrets under Antarctica, and some of them could have been revealed a long time ago, but if they have been discovered, then it's obvious that they have not been made public to the people of our planet. Do all these belong to the realm of science fiction, with a bit of myths of ancient civilization and a bit of modern fiction, or could they be nuggets of lost truth? What is your opinion? This is, I've translated for you from a Greek article, Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.